your boy, the Black Kelly Subroute Levi Hamlin's in the building, man. We at the ME Marketplace here in Forest Park. I got the address again.
You coming for a park, yeah. You know.
Shatima.
And Corey Boys, Google it.
Again.
And Corey Boys, Google it.
You know what I'm saying? Google
Me Marketplace.
We're going to Google it like we're going to Google the word Cumbella. That's a whole other story for the show. But hey, with that being said, we got a special guest up here on the show today.
What's happening?
You know what I'm saying? Broadcast and stuff like that. So, hey, to my left, we got Mr. Big T and Mr. Wildcat. Tim Young is in the building.
Oh, yeah. You know, I'm here. Jimmy Butler is not a superstar.
I agree.
I agree. To Tim's left, we got Eric Ooch-Skillings in the building.
Ooch. That's kinfolk.
Okay, and then our final panelist on the far end, he doing selfies right now.
My twin.
Corey Seal Crocker's in the building.
That's my twin.
We're going to let Corey introduce a special guest.
And we're going to let Corey introduce a special guest.
Special guest today, K-Pilla.
What up?
Break my heart himself.
Yes, sir.
First in that west side.
Yes, sir.
Come out, you see it. You got a show coming up on the 21st. Location will be put out. What, this week coming up, right?
Yep.
All right.
Well, actually, got to purchase a ticket because it's a private event. So not just anybody can come there, but if you're interested in the talent, then you should know what the address is after you after you purchase your ticket. Yeah.
Good business, man.
Yes, sir.
Good
Yes,
business.
sir. It's nothing personal. It's only business.
That's
That's all
it.
they are.
So, how did you get your start, my man, in the industry here? What was the motivational drive behind you just getting started?
Man, people in the neighborhood is just telling. I'm from L-Town, so if you know L-Town, that's all the streets that run north and south from Central to Cicero.
Very familiar with it.
So people in the neighborhood, I used to just freestyle and play with it, and they like, man, you need to actually do something. It sounds like you wrote that. And I'm laid back. I feel like I'm an introvert, but when strangers in Chicago, people in Chicago, if they fuck, I don't know if I.
Let it out.
Yeah.
All the
But
shit
if-
that we say on the show,
Let it out.
On the real,
But
we out here.
if Chicago fuck with you, they gonna let you know. So that gave me the confidence to just like, man, let me actually see what's going on. And like I said, I don't talk to people. I'm chill. So I'm like, damn, I can write a song and the whole world can feel it at that. Oh, let me do that. So I never did anything that made me feel like music makes me feel. So why not push it and give it my all? And ever since, I mean, I got fans that been rocking with me for 10 years. So it's like, I know that I'm good. I know that I'm worthy. I know everybody talent from Chicago. We just different. So all the people that invested in me, and over the years when I was doing open mics, I'm like, Joe, I'm still here. I don't need to be validated by a celebrity. I don't need to be validated by the radio. I don't even need to be validated by the DJs. People in Ghana are listening to my music right now because I stuck and believe in what I'm doing. So
that's a funny thing because people overseas get weird what's our local stuff and we're not on.
that's 20 miles away from us.
Yeah. Hey, a funny
Crazy.
story, man. I know when you just said like you got people that have been rocking with you for 10 years, man. I got a homie by the name of Dave. He used to tell me about you years ago, like, man, check out my boy K-Pilla, check out my boy K-Pilla.
That's love.
So it's kind of funny you say that, man.
Yeah.
Dave, big up, shout out to my man Dave.
Real spill,
man.
yeah.
I got a question.
Yes, sir.
I'm glad you told me this week. What happened to the almost potential battle between you and Thrax, though? Talk about it.
Oh, Thrax the
My
homie.
man
That's
Thriller.
my homie.
So I wouldn't even.
That's my
No
man
cap.
Thrax.
So I wouldn't even
Go.
say.
Shout out to Thrax, man.
I wouldn't even say that it was a potential battle. It was like they knew I was from the side of Chicago. I'm from out west. They like, man, they knew I had fire, and I had been hearing about him. He knew I had fire, so it was never like, oh, let's go up there and battle. Even though I was ready for it and was ready to bet if that was the case. But when he spit, it was like it was immediate admiration for both of us. I'm like, man, instead of battling, you know what I'm saying? I really wanted to work with him, and he felt the same way. We never got around to doing that, but I just never backed down to anybody because I got something to say, just like he did. And so it was never a battle because if it was, we'd have had a result right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Shout out to Thrax, man. That's
But it was all love.
Because them and Major actually did the same thing when they battle turned to a cipher.
Yeah, we was
Yeah.
out there till like
It was a
5
lot of
in the
emotion.
morning.
When we started rapping, then the law was coming through, so it was just so much going on. But we just, made it happen. That was a moment in history of Hubble Park. Shout out to
Park,
Hubble
baby.
Shout out to
That's
Hubble
what I'm
Park.
Hey, I got another question for you because it's funny you said that you found yourself in almost a battle, but you had your admiration when you wanted to work with them. So what's some of the other artists you want to work with?
That's a good one. So I was just telling Corey the other day, I don't remember the name of it, but he actually hit Max Julian. I heard one of his songs. I had heard a few of them, but this one stuck with me, but I can't remember which one it is. But after hearing that, I'm like, all right, I want to rock with him because I see he's still pushing. See, I like to work with artists that if I can see you actually investing in yourself, then I feel like we got some of the same. We believe in ourselves. A lot of guys just want to work and get on the camera and get in the studio and take pictures. And I'm like, man, if one song could change your life, what are we doing? So Max Julian, one of them, Live White, we got some songs together. Me, him, and I don't know if y'all ever heard of the battle rapper Psych Ball. Psych Ball, we actually got a trio album because everybody going crazy over Griselda. Everybody going crazy over these trio groups. And I know we can smack all of them. You know what I'm saying? Not physically, but lyrically. You know, so we working on something, and it's a lot more. When you get on the camera, it's like, I like talented artists, but Pia Renee, I don't know if y'all heard her, she just won Chicago Music Awards. So I work with her. I can go on, Chicago dope. But I really want to work with indie artists who at least got their paperwork in order, man. I don't care how talented you are. I'm not wasting my time with you if your paperwork ain't in order, because what are we in this for?
True.
I'm in this for the business, not for the girls and the women and all, well, I'm in it for the money as well. But I just want if your business ain't in order, I don't care how talented you are, I'm not wasting my time.
Shout out to Max Julian while you're over the top.
Oh yeah.
Give him a shout out.
Max.
Big Max.
You know I'm ready to go on
Like
night
always
2.
for the verse. Like stay with the verse.
All right. So, hey, with that being said, hey, we're going to be looking for your show, K-Pilla. Let us know the dates again, how much the tickets are. Anybody under you to build you up, to start out the shows?
So it's actually the whole project is administered. So it's the K-Pilla Experience. That's the name of the show. So it'll be next Saturday, May 21st, from 7 to 11. So it's an opportunity. If you're in the building, you can and it's actually my birthday, and I keep forgetting that part, right? I keep forgetting that.
Pre-birthday.
Appreciate it. So it's my birthday. I'm also performing. VIP, we serve champagne and food, but you also can get, if you got a business, man, introduce your business. So I want, even though it's my day, I want all us to benefit from being in that experience. So the K-Pilla Experience is not just about me. It's like, man, come in here. It's gonna be some pretty women in there. It's gonna be a vibe. I got security, and that's a private event, so I'll be able to control what's going on. I'm cutting out all the promoter goofiness. Right. I'm not dealing with no promoters no more unless they're about their business. So if you come there, you're gonna enjoy it. You don't gotta worry about it. It's in Lombard, and you purchase your ticket, you show up, you're gonna be there. You're gonna get one of the best shows Chicago ever showed you.
So everybody who come to your show, license gonna be up to date.
May 21st. Well, you gonna have to scan in. Yeah, it's gonna be up to date. Man, but not even licensed. Your QR code.
Your car can't even be out of date. They popping.
So it's all love, but I just want y'all to come in. It's R&B, it's rap, it's reality. I have yet to find one person that don't like my song, Break My Heart. It's streaming everywhere. That's what got me here right now, because I have more fans because I dropped that song. So next Saturday, May 21st, 7 to 11.
Video hard.
Man, appreciate it. So I'm going to drop it in the link after this. I'm going to drop the link in there for y'all to purchase the ticket. And this today, it ends the early birds. They're $40. And thank y'all for the support and those who got it already.
Shout out to Passport Trace, man.
Passport Trace.
He did that video. Shout out to Dylan.
One of the best cameraman in the world.
Man,
Shout out to folks, man.
Alright, so hey, because we're gonna kind of go through the stuff with the cat for the show real quick.
Yes,
so,
sir.
Man, we had a long 2 weeks, week and a half.
My man Logan waiting on this.
We got some hellified topics for y'all. So it's gonna start a couple wars around here right now.
Break my heart.
They break my heart. Somebody died of a heartbreak. I think he actually has genuine motives to help women out. And when they say the truth hurt, the truth's supposed to hurt, not kill you. But
a hit dog will holler, bro.
Yeah.
Kevin Samuel, man, rest in peace. To those to the Samuel family, man, sorry you lost a good one. But man, woo.
Yeah.
He touched a lot of people in different ways.
Yeah, that's a good way to put
Okay.
it.
And so
That's a good way to put it.
we're gonna give our input about what we think about the man, and then we're gonna turn it over to the audience.
Okay.
Like I said, 90
90
seconds. You know what I'm saying? Got the watch on, so I'm keeping time right now.
All right.
But hey, Corbin, we're gonna start with you, my
We're
man.
going to play the BET. Get off the stage music.
Y'all would we'll go to me first. Okay, check this out. Me personally, I'm on the fence with him because I see both sides. He talked about men first, and he also talked about women. But when it came on the women's side, they didn't like his opinions. Because if you strong-minded, it wouldn't even affect you. You know, if you know you got your stuff in order, he just gave your opinion, you can brush that off. But if you weak-minded, man, he touched on your type of audience. So, with that being said, I think it was more his delivery more than the message. So the message got overlooked. So that's my 2 cents on it.
All right. K-Pilla, since you on the panel today, you got some input here. Go ahead and shoot us through it.
I'm gonna say rest in peace. I'm one of those people that I only watched maybe like 9 episodes of Kevin Samuel content. What I did notice is he had brutal honesty. So I'm one of those people like, even if it's the ugly truth, I'm cool with that, right? So like you said, Corey, if it didn't matter to you, why call in? If you're strong-minded, why call in? If you feel like you got 3 kids and you still can get married after 35, his opinion doesn't matter. But if you were struggling with getting in a relationship and maintaining that relationship, then maybe he may be all right in your life. It doesn't mean that it's gonna stay that way. Exactly. So I just think that he was brutally honest in a lot of ways, and like if it's the truth, it's the truth. Everybody not gonna give you a pretty truth or just patch it up, cool. So I think everything he said wasn't right. A lot of the things were interestingly right. But, I mean, it was opinion. It's perspective. It ain't nothing that like, oh, man, he said this, so he bogus. He this. Man, listen, rest in peace. That was his truth. If you didn't like it, just change the channel. Yeah. So, that's how I feel.
Change the channel.
That's what it is.
Don't call in.
They don't see nothing.
Well, I'll say this, man. I actually think he's the GOAT. I agree with a lot of his views. And I was always told that a hit dog will holler. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So if what he's saying doesn't have any truth towards your life, then it wouldn't bother you. So the fact that every woman has something to say and we're going back and forth with him must have struck a nerve. But he also talked about men too, but they don't really.
Yeah. Well,
he shitted on us a lot too.
I'm just waiting when y'all want to let me.
You want to interject in there?
Hang on, brother. We gotta get through the panel first.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Go ahead.
You wait on this for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, that boy got it bubbling up. He trying to hold on to the show.
You gotta keep the food in right now. Keep it in. 30 seconds.
No, I think Kevin Samuel, the conversation that he had and the perspective that he came from was from real life experience. This wasn't nothing that was made up. This wasn't like a fairy tale cartoon that he wrote. This is something that goes on every day in society. These are situations and things that occur all the time. And what he was saying was, he was basically giving his advice and trying to, help people and help women look at things from another perspective. Like I always tell like young people, I'm like, it's always one way to solve a math problem. And just because you do it this way, you see things from this perspective, from this lens, doesn't mean that other lenses or other ways don't exist. And I think when he, just like what Corey and K-Pilla was saying, when he was saying things, it affected a lot of people. I saw Corey Holcomb talk about Vivica Fox. Well, she had made a comment about Kevin Samuel dying and what he said. And he was like, your insecurities, you done cut your face up so many times, we don't even know who you are. You like Scarlet Witch. You know what I mean? And
that's my beauty honest.
if you beautiful, if you beautiful and what you was born with and blessed with, you should be happy with that. But you know, put surgery into your body and did all this stuff, and you are the people that he refers to. You know what I mean? So it's just like little things like that, just to just piggyback off what everybody else was saying, that I think affected people and what made him even more popular than he already was.
Corey, give me the Adrian Von Simon real quick.
Oh.
Alright, cool. Alright, so I like the fact that the man carved out a niche for himself. He was one of the first people that actually got on doing podcasts and YouTube channels in a suit to show you, okay, high value, high class, mature, the ideal men, high value men that women see, image that he sees. So he actually That's number one. Number two, trust me, we niggas from the west side, so it's like he could have went and elaborated and got his point across to a lot of women, to more women, a whole lot more harsh than he did. Okay, but he gave y'all the truth. All right. Now, and a lot of ladies posed this question in between when he died to now, and they said that they hate the fact that he got his success off of bashing women.
Black women.
Black women. Okay, I got a question for you guys. What makes him any different than Oprah?
Ooh.
Oprah got her show dragging men. I ain't gonna say black men, all men through the dirt, and she got her own network for the shit. You know what I'm saying? And she one of the richest women. So how can you judge this man for doing the same thing Oprah did? I'll turn it over to you guys, man. I want to hear y'all feedback.
Go ahead.
Look, first, one thing I will say, you know what I'm saying, is I don't feel like he was dragging anybody. You dig what I'm saying? People just sometimes can't take the honest truth. One thing about it, men, we used to getting bashed, especially black men. That's all we hear coming up. You dig what I'm saying? You're gonna be bashed. I don't care if you playing football. You know what I'm saying? Your coach gonna tell you ain't shit if you ain't doing what you're supposed to. If you half-assing it, you're gonna hear about it. Sometimes women don't hear that. They don't hear that brutally honest truth. You know what I'm saying?
That's a good point.
They'll look at a Simon Cowell or a Chef Ramsay's hollering at people all day, checking them this, that, and the other, telling them the brutal, honest truth, and give them millions for it. Let a brother do it, they don't want to hear him. They're going to talk down on him because one thing about black men, we're not held in that account. Our word don't mean shit. You dig what I'm saying? So when he goes and tells you, yo, I'm a black man. I'm a black man. These are the men you claim that you want. This is what we're looking for. This is what we look for out of a woman. Y'all gonna take his word, you know what I'm saying, for nothing. He didn't pop until he was already telling niggas how it is. When he was telling men, yo, you ain't on shit. You can't support yourself. You living with your mama. You don't go to the gym. You don't know how to dress. You ain't shit. You dig what I'm saying? But yet, you think a woman's supposed to want you. What are you doing? Why should she want you? But then when it comes down to it, when he flipped the script and he tell these women that think they should get everything in the world the exact same thing, now it's a problem because he's telling them the brutal, honest truth. And that's one thing about it. They're not used to hearing the truth.
But do you think it was in the delivery is my question.
It don't matter.
Hey.
The delivery don't matter.
And then,
like you said, when we do something, no matter if it's from our mama growing up, from our coaches growing up, when we ain't doing what we supposed to do, get your ass online. You ain't this, you ain't that.
You ain't
well,
shit
get
unless
your
you
hard, nappy-headed self and clean up that room. This relationships, everything. But women don't get the same thing throughout. So when he came, no matter how he said it, what he said was real. It was honest.
So, hey, I'm going to say this. Nothing but men been speaking on this topic so far. We got some ladies in the house.
Oh,
They scared.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Scared.
Hot seats.
So I will say this. He was problematic. And when I say that, this does not discount the fact that a lot of hip-hop music is problematic. Because that's been another thing that's been coming up, too. It's like, okay, a lot of the stuff he's saying, they say in rap music. That's absolutely true. Two things can be true at once. It's problematic because for you to say something like a woman like myself, I'm 37, no kids, haven't been married. For you to tell me I'm damaged goods or something's wrong with me because I've never been married or I'm not in a relationship, that's problematic. And the delivery does matter. It does matter because how he was speaking to women, it was just deplorable. And also, he had a problem with people having a rebuttal. Someone having a legit, a rebuttal to him, he would hang up or he would curse them out. If we're in the process of healing and really look, if it was about that, which they claim it was and it wasn't, we have to be careful on how we speak to one another. So what you said is very true. That doesn't mean it's okay. So we have to work on that. So what he did was not okay in terms of how he did it. A lot of the stuff he said, it was true. But it's problematic in that you have women feeling like, okay, I'm damaged goods because I have 3 children. I'm damaged goods because I don't do this and I don't do that. And I don't deserve this because I don't make 6 figures. That's not okay. And the fact, and it did prompt a lot of conversations, but I just didn't care for his delivery.
Okay, so I got a question for you. When you say about the delivery, I'm gonna pose this to the ladies. Told you I'm with all smoke today. Whether you're angry or something that you don't like and disagree with, do you guys deliver it in a way and watch your delivery?
Hell no.
Not always, and that's what I'm saying. And this can even go back to the previous show that you guys had. A lot of that, it was like talking at each other. And I want us to get to a place where we're conscious of how we talk to one another. Because if you want a person to receive what you're saying, if you're saying it in love, it's a little bit different than, you know what, you ain't shit, you ain't gonna never be shit, and you would hope, you know, like talking to men like that, it's not okay. Yes, it's something that's been consistent in our community, but we have to be conscious of that. You know, just because it's what's been happening, we don't have to continue that way. So yeah, we do. Sometimes we do, and a lot of times we're not conscious of how we don't uplift you as much as we put you down. So yeah, that's very true.
Okay. Anybody else? Yeah, any input?
Yes.
All right.
So, okay.
Boss.
So Kevin Samuel was an entertainer, right?
Yes.
You were an entertainer, I've been entertainers, y'all are entertainers with this radio show. I didn't have an issue with that. I understood why he did a lot of the things that he did, whether black women liked it or not. A lot of that stuff didn't apply to me. It could be very triggering if you've got some issues that you're dealing with, so I can understand black women being upset. My issue with him, though, was the rating scale of beauty. That was my only issue. I'm in the modeling business, right?
You said, can you repeat that for me?
The rating scale, what he was basing beauty on, right? And so he was saying, rate yourself from a scale of 1 to 10.
Can't use that.
That is a problematic thing for me.
No, but I mean, that
because
was
what are you basing it on? And I don't want to be long-winded because traditionally we're basing beauty on a Eurocentric view. So look at the women that he deemed beautiful, right? You know what I'm saying? Which is okay. I don't have no problem with men liking what they like, but what does that come from? What are you basing it on? So if you telling me that I'm a 3 and I'm a 4 because I got Afrocentric features, how is that supposed to make me feel? That's the only thing that I had an issue with him. I don't care if you don't like fat girls. You have that. You don't have to like fat women. Some women do need to lose weight, myself included. It's okay. I don't care if you're saying that you don't like women with kids. Hell, I don't know if I like men with kids. It's a lot of stuff that goes on. You know, so I get it from that perspective. I don't want nobody broke. You know what I'm saying? So I get it from that particular perspective. But the beauty, when I deal with young girls with low self-esteem, when I've had low self-esteem because I was dark-skinned, because I had African features, that's the reason why I didn't watch his show when he started talking about that, because it was very triggering.
Now,
That's real.
I get that.
That's part of the reason why he's problematic. Can I just say this?
Right.
That's part of the reason why he's problematic. Not even just about the physical things. All these other, he's projecting how he feels, and he's speaking for every other man. There are men who love women that are much bigger than what he was talking about. There are women. I'm not concerned about how much a man makes and where he works and all that, but he's talking about all this high value stuff. That stuff he's speaking for people that might not even be relevant in my life. That's why I said they're absolutely right. For person, if you had any sense, you would not call him. But the reason it's problematic is because it's impacting other people. Because unfortunately, people are impacted by that.
But the women called in because they had issues because they can't find a man. Let's just talk about it.
But they
You're
also
trying to search to see why you can't find a man.
Ask your brother.
You look right, but
yeah, but the thing is, they don't listen to their brothers, and I'm gonna keep it real. I don't even mean to cut you off,
Go ahead, honey.
but one thing that I noticed in my own family, I have tons of women in my family, right? You dig what I'm saying? 80% of the males in my family are married. You dig? Opposite on the women's side, a lot of them are not. They won't take our input and hold it accountable. You dig what I'm saying? They don't ask us questions. We don't know what we're talking about because once I go back to it, a black man's opinion is not valid. You dig what I'm saying? They'll listen to somebody on TV, but you see the examples in front of you. Yeah. You see who puts this work in front of you, and we're telling you, yo, this man is hitting a lot of those points. You dig what I'm saying? A lot of times they don't want to listen because they're so on that high horse that we don't know what we're talking about. One thing that I did appreciate about what the brother Kevin Samuels would say is, look, he'll turn it on them. When you call in, you nice, you know what I'm saying, you're respectful, he's going to tell you like it is. He's not going to call you ugly, but as soon as you start getting these, this back and forth, you're going to tell this 50-plus-year-old man who's done pretty well. Exactly. So he's obviously known something that he did right and wrong. One thing he always will say is, women control access to sex, men control access to marriage. Y'all decide on who you gonna fuck, but men decide on who's going to be married to you. You dig what I'm saying? So it's a whole, it's a process. Y'all gotta take that into account. You know what I'm saying? And one thing with the like you mentioned about the grading scale. The grading scale. Here's the thing. I didn't see too much that he was saying left. He wasn't saying, oh, because you light skinned, you this, you higher. You know what I'm saying? The highest woman I heard him put on his scale was Kelly Rowland. She doesn't look like a white woman or have Eurocentric features.
She does have Eurocentric features.
Perhaps, you know what I'm saying?
She's beautiful. I'm saying it's from a professional model.
Okay.
Right? You get what I'm saying? Being in the industry, right? And being around, not her, but you know what I'm saying? She does. She's beautiful. She's dark skinned, but it does go to featurism and Eurocentric and all that stuff like that. You can be a beautiful dark skinned woman, but still have quote unquote Eurocentric features. And so the industry will gravitate towards you because of that, you know?
Let me ask you this. So who would you put, if you want to just say straight out with Afrocentric features, who would you put at a 9 or 10?
I don't do grading scales because my thing is that why are we doing that?
You don't.
Right.
But look, hold on.
Go ahead, right.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I bet we do. That's what I'm saying. But look, hold on. What I'm saying
you counted me, so I got it in the set, right?
Yeah.
So I never. I always did like pretty women. I'm not gonna cap. I always wanted the better one. But what I'm saying is, I've been married. I've been with the same woman for over 14 years. So I never searched. I never was like, man, I'm gonna have the baddest one. She happened to be the bad, but I didn't say like. I want to look for a skinny one. I'm like, whoever is real, who makes me feel like.
You got a type?
Do I have a type?
Do you have a type?
I mean,
do you have a type?
I have multiple women. Like I like multiple shades. I never discriminated.
Right, but do you have a type?
I just answered your question. I never discriminated. Like if we had a vibe, if she happens to be light skinned, she would have still been married because I feel I have like the energy was on point. Everything that it was like she was my best friend. So I never went into it like, man, I need her to be light skinned. I need her to be skinny. I need her to be big. Now hitting that's just me though.
And I'm gonna say that's not.
I just happen to find what I want. I mean that somebody that actually completes me, my guy.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying a type. That's not what I mean by a type.
What you mean?
So
whoever you choose is your
preference.
Preference.
Because pretty is subjective, bro. Like you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Being
so
the 10,
it's
that's
gonna sound a
subjective.
little
Like,
crass. Are you an ass man or a titties man?
I like both, gang.
All right. So, but what do either one have more
If she
weight?
would have had a chest smaller than mine and met me and the energy is the same, bro.
I'm saying does one carry more weight?
I like ass.
Oh, it ain't like you get too far.
Babe, I like ass. I like titties, but what I'm telling you is, bro, if she had a flat ass chest, because it's the thing, bro. I've had every type of ass I want, bro. I done had every ass I want, bro. I done had every shade. I done had everything. I done had everything I wanted. So what matters to me, bro, is a woman that know how to control herself in a room full of men. A woman that don't, when I'm broke, she still can follow me and push me up, bro. That's what matters to me. That's just me, though.
I dig it.
That's why I didn't fall in no slump. That's why I couldn't just relate to everything that Kevin Sanders was saying, or that every other woman saying. Like, no, some women like, why you ain't got a ring on? Sure, that's not what our agreement was. Why are you tripping? You know what I'm saying? So that's just me, though. I had to go with what felt right for me, not what society thought was cool.
Right. And
I just happened to have what looked cool.
I get that, but I'm just saying, as far as when you talk about on the grading scale, we probably might not say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Hell, see, we're getting off the topic because now we're talking about what he's saying about the grading scale, which I don't agree with. But in his message, what I think he's really trying to say, and we're not trying to get off topic about looks, because that's going to be a whole other topic for a whole different show. Okay, but when you talk about the high value men, you know, and I said something about statistics the last time we was here about the concept of marriage and how people stay in marriage and stuff like that. And you got some people that stay marriage. I think it was like 15% stay in marriages because of the appearance of how it makes you look in the corporate sense. So if you're looking for high value men, they're going to be around Caucasian tycoons. And so they're doing it to keep up an image. That's where the looks come in. So, but to go even deeper than that, to make it seem like it's a looks thing, I think we can all sit here and say we're all judgmental on a surface level upon meeting somebody. Just vision.
Can we discuss high value?
Huh?
Can we
that's a long.
Another
That's
show.
gonna open up a whole
That's
different.
gonna be a whole long show.
Yeah.
But we're gonna like, listen, hang on. We're gonna kind of transition. Transition us to the next.
All right, so we actually this is a great transition because we're talking about what people like. We're talking about energy and what we feel in a relationship. So when we're talking about relationship, a lot of times when we've done this on previous show, we always talk about the person representative and things like that.
Yeah.
We've had that conversation many times on the show. So when a person, when you meet somebody and the person is being this person, they open the doors, or this girl is showing up, she got the girdle to tie up underneath the outfit and everything like that with the eyebrows and the lip line and everything like that on top of the lipstick. We want to know, like, is that lying? Is a representation lying? And who is, if it is, or if you feel that way, then who's the biggest liars in representation? Is it men? Is it women? Or is that not a lie? That's just who they are and who we need ourselves to be when we first meet somebody.
Basically, what he's asking: who are the biggest liars, men or women? Can I
go first? And I'm speaking for someone else. This is not my word. This is my disclaimer.
No.
Speak for Corey.
I had someone tell me, because this is where I got the topic from, that women are born liars.
I mean, no. I'm saying, no.
Not my word.
See, ain't nobody
Not
saying
my
nothing.
word. This is someone else's word.
What I'm saying,
Hold on.
Mother
Let me
Eve.
finish. The definition behind why he said it was, he said, think about it. As they get older, they start shaving off their eyebrows, the eyeliner. They put the eyelashes on. They put the weaves in, no matter the race. Fingernails. Now the women's getting their body done, getting their breasts and butt done. So they saying, like, basically they lying to themselves already because they doing all this enhancement, I guess, So I mean, on the flip side is like, what if a man was going out like, man, I'm about to go get this thing enlarged. I want to go from whatever size to 15. I'm just saying, like,
I'm about to go get this high end.
I'm about to go get this whole super third leg.
Are you saying body like a Corvette, engine like a Pinto?
I mean, I don't know what the insides look like. That ain't got nothing to do with me.
all I know is, though, that's one thing that women have been more okay with, projecting an image. Whereas as a man, you can't fake it. They're going to know if you fake
You are what
it.
you are.
The things that are attractive about a man, for women, it has to be real. You know what I'm saying? Being real, you can't fake it for men. You know what I'm saying? Whereas women, you can get the weave, you can get the booty shots. You can get, hey, and y'all gonna clown him, right? Listen, a man ain't gonna clown you because you got a weave or a wig on.
Or one
You
of
know
them
what I'm saying? They gonna
BBLs.
still take you, but listen, do they honestly do that?
So I
You
don't know.
get me?
Hey,
But I'm not talking about your one particular situation. I'm saying as a whole. You feel me? As a whole, men are more accepting of hair weaves. We're more accepting of makeup.
Facts.
I see the videos all the time. Y'all see these brothers getting the
Beijing,
kits? No, not the kits. A whole kit.
Yeah.
The dreads.
That's clown work for women. Laugh at that, right?
Yeah.
But they can come in with a whole complete wig.
Yeah.
We would never know what their hair looks like, and that's commonplace.
It's enhancements, and I think the bigger question is, does a person have an issue with a person enhancing themselves? Because there's a difference with not loving yourself and enhancing yourself. So if I'm dating somebody and he decides to get hair implants, if I love him, I love him. I'm not going to think he don't love himself because he decides to get hair implants. And it's the same with women. It's a different form of improving yourself. So that the bottom line is okay. Because there's some men, they don't like women that wear weave at all. They just simply like, and that's a form of discrimination in a way, but that's their preference. So it's,
If they like natural,
So, I got a question.
discrimination.
How we go from physical looks to honesty, whether you lying or you tell the truth?
It's a lie. It is. Let's
Okay.
just call
because
it
some
what it
people
is.
figure that it's living a lie.
If a woman get mad at him, she's gonna be like, "You bald head,
That's why you got that bullshit on your head.
You gonna go out here and cheat?
It's way more accepted to
having
get
heifer.
these BBLs and stomach done and
Cause
all
y'all
that
like it on
than it
Instagram.
is. Actually, look, y'all might think
I'm
so.
good.
We clown
You
them.
don't like
Yeah.
those pictures on Instagram?
We
with
No.
women
clown
that
them
big?
all day long.
But on the
That's
flip
right.
side of that,
Good.
it's
Double tap.
Hold on, you know what? Damn it, hold on. I'm gonna answer that question.
I
You damn
hate-
skippy, I like to watch it.
Double tap. Like
Right.
double tap. Scroll
Hold
down.
on.
but when we try to tell you, y'all don't listen to it.
Not only that, that's not the point that I was making on that was
y'all don't listen.
If y'all knew it was a man out there getting muscles implanted and dick enlargements and all that, y'all gonna clown him. You feel me? Flat out, y'all gonna clown him.
Y'all clown it. Whether y'all clown him or not, y'all still gonna hit.
Hit it and marrying is
two different
things.
That's what. Hey, listen.
Two different things. Women, I would say women.
Two different things.
I would say women. Enhancement, cool, right? But if you have to maneuver, if you have to walk through life and have to have enhancements, then I think that's an issue, right? If you don't feel comfortable in being in your skin, what you were born with, we have to be honest with ourselves. So it's something. It's an insecurity.
And when does
there's nothing wrong with it, but if you feel like I can't even go to church because I don't got my wig, I don't got my, it's like, what are we doing here? You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, if you're not comfortable in your own skin, it don't matter how much money you got, what you got, what you own. What are we talking about? It's insecurity there, and that's men and women. So it's just like until we acknowledge the fact that like the enhancements, if you're relying on it, yes, you're faking.
Yeah,
that's just.
I got
one. How can he rub his fingers through your hair if you got a bunch of leaves?
Make it happen. I'll make it happen.
That's like
I definitely do,
it's
bro.
so commonplace. Nobody really.
But you nailed it though. If we start getting them if men start doing all the extra activity,
I'm gonna say this.
We laughed at you a clown.
Kendrick Lamar got a song where he say, "I want to see an ass with some stretch marks." I don't think they understand, like, well, I can only speak for myself. I can't speak for the brothers, but me personally, I could care less about the fake boob, BBL, big ass that don't match the legs.
No.
I'm not into it.
Stomach that
never
like
have been. Never will be. I don't like it.
Hey, stretched out belly butt, like, bro, it looks crazy.
Yeah, I'm cool.
It doesn't look natural.
It doesn't at all. So I don't know what they talking about. Like, y'all be liking it, but we don't.
No, I'm trying to tell you. Somebody might.
You married.
We can spot them a mile away.
When you're single, it's different. When you're married and you got a woman, it's different. But when you are a single woman and you still single, you feeling like, what is it about me if you have a nice attitude?
It might be your attitude.
But not everybody has a bad I don't have no bad attitude and I'm still single, right? So my thing is that I'm just speaking from a woman's perspective. It's not always an attitude. I'm just speaking real. You do find insecurities as to say, what is wrong with me sometimes? And I think a lot of women need to admit that. That runs through your head.
You might be confrontational. You might be
condescending.
You might not like taking it. Like, it's a lot
or
of
you just
things
haven't
that
met the
play into
one.
that.
Like,
You just haven't met the one.
Hey, the one thing women I feel like have a problem with doing is something that the Godfather used to say all the time is holding a new man in your life accountable for the sins of your past.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So now you don't treat him, you don't give him a fair chance because what you went through. You dig what I'm saying in the past?
Well, but
he coming in on a slated tilt. You dig what I'm saying?
But hold on. But does that give her a reason to be guarded?
No,
vice versa.
No,
yeah,
you can't hold,
but
you can't hold me accountable for that.
God.
Okay, the lady in the back has something to say.
She spoke, and the blue my favorite color.
I've been waiting on this one.
Free spot.
What I think that everyone is failing to realize is that, first of all, social media period, puts a pressure on a woman.
Most definitely.
So, especially when you're going with white versus black.
Yep.
Back in the day, 80s, it was all about straight hair, everything like that. So that's how the hair weave and all that even came into play.
Yeah.
We was not born wanting to do enhancements, but media is so powerful. That is why women transition to that. And let's talk about surgery for a second. You say that most women have surgery because they're insecure or they have issues. I disagree. It depends on what type of surgery they got and why. If you pushed out a 10-pound baby and you want to fix your stomach, you deserve that because you have literally almost died giving birth. That's the number one way that a woman can die is giving birth. And 55% of black women die because white doctors do not know how to transition us and deal with our black children. So if a woman get a tummy tuck because she had a baby, that's different. But if you're getting boobs and adding booty, then I agree that's vain. That's vain. And the last thing I would like to say is the focus that we are all forgetting is healing. We are not whole. We are not whole inside. So that's why the women to men because broken people attract broken people. You're broken, that's what you're going to attract.
Okay.
So a lot of the information and love that women are seeking because they broken. So that's what they attract. So when it's not a gender thing, it's a healing issue.
Yeah.
Oh!
Another one.
I've been waiting on him to
The
get it.
voice of Chicago is in the building.
Yeah.
The voice of Chicago. Hey,
What city you from?
I get my tummy tucked.
Introduce yourself, baby.
the
My
voice of
name is
Chicago.
Tashay, and I was born and raised in Inglewood. Now I live in Peoria. So I actually drove 3
So
hours.
here's the thing.
Oh,
that's what's up.
First of all,
So here's
you
the
come
thing.
up like Michelle Obama with the voice though.
Yeah.
Real strong. We appreciate
Hey,
you.
Corey.
She got
So-
the yo-yo
Hey,
voice.
Corey, wait
So
till she stand up
Let
there.
me rebuttal. Let me rebuttal to what she just said in the
Why
back.
she talking about this?
So
Wait till she's
I agree with you about broken people being broken people and not being fully healed.
We talked about that last one.
I agree with you. We talked about that. I said last show. Okay. So when we talk about it going to the line and accepting the truth, or it's not packaged a certain way. I think I said in the pregame show, the truth is gonna hurt. You know what I'm saying? So, and you gotta think about it from a woman's
Medicine don't taste
perspective.
good, though.
Every woman says she don't like to be lied to.
I never tasted good
but you
taste of
can't
medicine.
fully take the truth. And the truth is going to be the truth no matter how you dress it up. You know what I'm saying? Think about it. A dog taking shit. That mother is going to stink no matter where it lays at. You know what I'm saying? No matter how much dirt they try to cover it up with, it's still going to be there. It's still going to smell.
I disagree with that. I do.
All right,
Now
you
let me
wanna
just
share.
say this. Well, delivery is everything. I disagree when you say, well, it's not. You have to accept the truth regardless. Absolutely not. I'm going to go scripture because I'm a woman of God. The Bible says, with loving kindness have I drawn thee. God don't deal with you like that. You can't deal with your woman like that. You can't deal with your wife like that. You have to be patient. You have to be kind. You have to be slow to speak, knowing when to speak and when not to speak. And again, we're living in a time where brokenness sells. If we cheat, lie, steal, break the windows out your car, ratings go up. If you live a good, huxtable life, you know,
Nobody
it's
wanna
not
see
really
it.
that celebrate.
Okay, evangelist.
So hold on.
What Bible was it?
Sound like an evangelist back there.
Since she went biblical, I'm going to
Bible?
ask this question. Since we brought the Bible to this, I'm going to ask this question.
Wait. Hold up. Before we do that, we gotta show respect.
Okay.
My man is in the building. We've been waiting on him to come.
Face
You know what I'm saying? Basketball Talk Live. Everybody know him. My
The
man
voice
Face
of
is in the
Chicago.
building. Let's give respect
Yes,
to my boy.
My
Before we go
brother.
any further. You
Been
feel
knowing him
me?
for
You
years.
can get into it, everybody.
A
on the
legend.
program.
A
All that,
legend
that's
in the
him.
building.
I pointed it out. He gonna talk shit,
Oh, yeah.
and he gonna try to bust shorts on the court.
What you got for us? What you got for the evangelist?
When you said you went biblical, that's why I posed the question earlier about dressing it up. When you're angry or you don't like something, do women have carry that same energy like they want to receive?
Absolutely. I really, honestly, our black women, we do not, I'm being honest, know how to talk to a man. And you know why? Because we wasn't taught
To a
how
black
to
man.
talk to a man.
Good
A
shit.
black man.
You said black
At
man.
least you admit
And
it.
they ain't talk to him
Oh,
about
oh,
it.
oh,
Right.
At work.
At work, they ain't talk to him, right?
But again, that all goes back to healing. When
Yeah,
you broken
facts.
and your mama is loud and
Yeah.
that's what you saw,
Yeah.
that's how you transition your anger.
Yeah.
But when you heal and you understand who you are, your delivery is different. Your approach is different. You have common sense to discern
Yeah.
what's going on with your partner and say, you know what, I can tell he's frustrated about that. Let me come back. Because timing is also everything. It's not that the
My
man
mama.
don't
My
want to
mama.
listen to you,
Yeah.
but if you nagging him at a time he already irritated, you gonna
Girl,
cause
she
the
ready.
Talk your shit though.
So
That's
it's
real.
really about healing, timing, and really growing up. So if
Big
people
girl.
attracting these same broken people, then you attracting what's in you. So
Yeah.
check it.
About that-
So
yeah.
that
basically,
shit.
you know who to play with. You ain't gonna play with Tyrone, but you'll play with Jack Queese. That's what you guys are saying. You gonna play with Jack Queese.
Hey,
Mahalia, you kinda
put in
quiet.
80 hours a week. You ain't playing with him. That's basically what you're
Hey,
saying.
CL, remember, I think it was a month ago, we had a show, and we were talking about, we were touching on this topic, and I think me and Val, we were talking about, even at Ooch, you was talked about like how when us men from Chicago, and like I played professional ball for like 11 years, so I got to go to different places, not just in the States, but also across the country. And across the world. And I noticed that whenever I interacted with women like in other places, it was a lot different from when I interacted with women that was, from my city, from my hometown.
I hear that.
And a lot of the guys that I know that's from Chicago, especially like I grew up right here in Pulaski and Congress, that's like in like committed situations, the majority of them are with somebody that's not even from this city. They went somewhere else and met them, and now they married or engaged in things like that. And when you talk about healing and everything like that, I totally agree with that. But like I think when you get outside your environment, you get outside your box, and you get to experience another way, I think that also is a way that you have some growth. And I think the point I'm trying to make is that I'm a person that advocates traveling and getting to see the world and getting to see places. Like me and her was joking earlier in a pre-show about like nerds and stuff like that and things like that. But after I left the West Side and I went to Gordon Tech, I went to a Catholic all-boys school like up north, and then I went from there to Northwestern and everything. That kind of showed me how people interact, how they deal with issues, and how they communicate, and how they talk through things when they're frustrated and angry versus Joe and my mama on everything. Man, Joe, you gonna let him talk to you like that? And then like do it unhealthy. I saw different ways and different examples. And then when I went, when I started traveling and stuff and playing basketball in all these different places, I actually, saw a lot of dopeness in a way, not just like, European women, but like black women, like everywhere, just how they communicated and how they were. And it was just like eye-opening and in some ways shocking that whether I was down south or whether I was going in other places, I just seen a different response to me as a man from what we used to growing up in our city.
Yep.
So I just wanted to, before we transition, I want to bring that up.
All right, so before we close out this whole subject right now, between the biggest liars between men and women,
Right.
Kevin Samuels.
Mm-hmm.
I spun my top 5 and I said
Oh.
I'm going to give it.
Lavon's top 5.
Now, let me say this right now because I had to tighten the screws on my top 5 before the show. That's why we started late a little bit. I'm going to sit here and admit that because I had to gather some information. The fellas really don't even know what my top 5 is.
Nah, this is first time ever.
All right, so let me say this: regardless if you a slut bucket, ballerina, or a good woman,
I had to use that word.
I got 40.
I'm just gonna put it out there. You can lose a dude, and it can be your fault. And we always try to point the finger at somebody else, but we never point at ourselves. So, ladies, I'm going to help you out.
All right, Kevin Samuels Jr.
All right.
All right.
The second.
The top 5 things women do that loses a good man.
Not just a man, a good man.
Good.
A good wholesome man.
All right.
You want me to show the ball? You got nonsense. You know what I'm
Hey, I'm gonna say it.
The last thing you want is women on your back.
Hey, face. Man.
Hold on.
We gonna stick him out through the back.
I
Face.
said, I'm like Tommy. I want all the smoke. All right.
I plead the fifth, or whatever you say.
You're really not.
I was at the family barbecue with CL.
That
Number 1.
Good ribs. Fine.
Listen and or take advice from other bitter women, which it maybe include your mama, your auntie, it might be your grandmama. Know the information you take from the people close to you when it comes to relationships, because and this lady who wrote the Bible up, the Bible also said the marriage vows forsaking all others. Which a lot of women don't, because they tell their friends shit.
Too much.
And in that case, you tend to lose a good man because you got to tell somebody.
Why y'all do that? Why y'all do that?
Oh, let me get to the top 5.
I'm sorry, you're right.
Let me get to the top 5 first.
Hold on.
My bad.
That was a good one. That was a good one. That was a good one.
For real.
We gonna keep it out here.
They fight the barbecue.
Number 2.
Nobody kick it off.
Number 2. Man here, he came through, he kind of beat me to the
That's
country.
big work like that.
I already know. We go back. And this goes this goes for us men as well. All right. You come to a relationship with unpacked baggage, or you're still caught up on your ex. Like my man said,
Face mom.
Hey, face, you turned to the leaf, man.
Take it out on the doo-doo, they ain't got shit to do with you, but he ain't even help you pack that.
Tyrone did all that shit.
You know what I'm saying? Tyrone did that shit.
He the one who
Had nothing to do with me.
He brought your car back on.
Hey,
But Tyrone that was
hold on.
doing it.
Tyrone did that.
With the
and
big
he
white
get-
t-shirt on.
Hold
That
on.
was
Tyrone
Tyrone.
did that. He get that much smoke. Alright?
She loved him.
That's the side B.
Number 3. And I will give you credit because I actually wrote this down and got all my information before you walked in here. You don't know yourself or love yourself fully at that point. Because now you get with a dude and you're expecting him to just to be all and fix all when you don't love yourself. And I'm going to give you a case scenario. Women are really good at this even in the courtship phase. When judging guys, oh, you too dark, you too light, you too small.
You too nice.
You don't make enough. You too nice. All that. In the meantime, you go home, look yourself in the mirror, and see all the same flaws within yourself, but you don't make it public like that. Alright? Number 4. This is a big one here too. You allow your emotions to dictate the relationship, therefore canceling out a man's feelings and thoughts.
You got feelings and thoughts?
Damn.
What is that?
Damn.
What is that? What?
Any rebuttals, ladies?
I'm gonna send that. Hold on. He got one more. Yeah, we got one more. He got one more.
Okay.
Damn.
Touch your soul. Inspire
I'm
us
gonna,
to think.
hold on, and I'm gonna give you
On
an
the
example.
phone.
I'm gonna give you an example. I'm gonna ask the fellas in the room right now. How many arguments have you got in, and she leads off with her rebuttal saying, "Oh, well, I feel like, well, I think this."
That's every day. All the time.
All right.
Last
Rest my case. Last but not least,
Number 5.
give us words of affirmation
That's what I'm thinking.
instead of feeling entitled. When a man does what he's supposed to do, you have that nonchalant attitude that that's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Okay?
That's
But
what
when
we
you
taught.
do something,
Man,
you
I'm
expect
single
to
now.
be
This is
praised
tough. I
for it.
can't get it.
Man,
What you
I'm
thinking
thinking
about?
about
Hold
it.
quiet.
That's what I was thinking about when they was talking. They were saying,
So much is
"What's
given.
wrong with me?"
Hold
Ain't no
on.
words
Much is
out
given.
there.
So much is given, much is required. So ladies, if you can't give the same stuff, you can't ask for it. Therefore, it's a watch situation.
Not quite
That's
though.
my top 5.
Wait a
Why
minute.
you been on fire like
Not quite
2 years in a
though.
row?
That's why he's
Now,
over
who
there.
got-
He
who
Right. He studied that.
Not
Who
quite
wants-
though.
Who wants to rebuttal?
I got one before the
Hey,
lady
hey,
says
hey,
something.
hey,
Hold on, hold on,
I'm gonna start it off, man, and I'm late.
hold on.
Let it out. Come on.
Hey, go ahead. Hey,
I just gotta say, fuck this.
vent, bro.
A man's happiness matters in a relationship no matter how it goes. And a lot of women don't see that. They just look like it's for me to be happy and not the man. So
Yep.
if you don't value your man's happiness in a relationship, that's how you get your ass cheated on, and get done wrong.
Yep.
And then when he stopped doing the stuff he was doing, and he started doing the opposite of what you like, then that's when you see your relationship failing. But it's too late because he already gone because you didn't value his happiness.
Yeah.
I'm just being honest.
Good shit, brother.
I believe that.
All
I
man
believe,
said, if you ain't happy, how you gonna make somebody else happy?
Exactly.
I believe that falls into the line of respect because when a woman respects her
Yeah.
man, she listens to her man, and when a woman respects her man, she's not happy unless he's happy.
Does I turn the count
So
though?
all of
Yeah.
that goes
Does
into
I count?
I,
I'm just gonna go.
Jada should be wheel then. Stop standing there for his money.
It's the opposite way. You should have been left.
Talking about Jada and wheel
Say it
entangled.
again.
You should have been left.
Thank you, Face.
Long
She
time.
should have left him. If she don't respect him, but she there for a reason, she's a liar. That's what we just
Hey
said.
man, listen. That's the lousiest woman in America. I'm sorry.
Hey, say this is the case.
I was
lousy.
Hey, you
That was the whole show last
I
night.
understand.
Hold
You
on.
gave her too much credit calling her lousy, bro.
Hey, hold on. Hey,
She worse
There's
than
a
that.
word under that.
Yeah.
That's
what she is.
I'm
sorry.
I got my top 5.
you want to go?
Do you guys have a rebuttal of where you disagree with anything I just said? And what's my delivery off.
You know they gonna disagree.
I don't. I actually agree, and it goes back to what she was talking about in terms of healing. Everything that you said is true, but what I want us to do is give each other more grace, because you have to learn that. Like, I'm just now learning a lot of that stuff. I'm learning about how to honor a man in a certain way. I'm learning about when the timing to communicate certain things. I'm learning about, just certain things that we should do as a woman that has nothing to do with just being who you are, being self-aware, because that's a big part of being in a relationship too. But just giving each other grace, because you're not going to come to the table with all your stuff together. So you're going to know, like, okay, he might have issues with this, but if you really want to work at it, you can move forward. But if it's like all 5 of them things and you're dealing with that on the regular, you need to move forward, move on. But you're absolutely right.
You
Wow.
agree. I'm so glad.
I cannot believe it.
You come a long way.
A woman agreeing with a man?
Damn, I'm gonna take him back.
This is the first
There was some good ones though. I mean, it's like, how could you rebut that?
This was a bulletproof top 5.
Hey, that man was over there studying too. He was like,
40 minutes.
I'm not getting in that. You have to get out on his own.
Corey had a family barbecue, so that's a whole other story.
Real fire.
All right, so
Good
Corey,
barbecue sauce.
we
Yeah.
got another topic, man. I want you to go ahead and set us up for this one, because it's a really good one.
It's the last one, right?
Yep.
Oh yeah,
that's that odd one right here.
I don't know if y'all ready for this, ladies, but I didn't make this up.
This didn't come from
It
me.
didn't come from me.
All right.
It came from, I can't put this person on blast about it, but it was funny to me, first of all. But do any of you women know what cumbrella are? What a cumbrella is? Cumbrella.
Who said yes?
Don't you know?
You talked about it earlier.
Hold on, say it.
She said she knew it at first.
Cumbrella.
Come, brother.
Yeah.
What do
Just put C in front of umbrella.
I just learned what it was like an hour ago.
Just put C in front of umbrella.
What do you, and it's spelled C-U-M, brother. So what do you think the definition of cumbrella is? Anybody have an idea?
Come on, take a shot. Hey, that's clear.
That's definitely clear, but what is it? Do anybody know where it come from? Cumbrella is,
Educate us, bro.
back in the 1800s, a London prostitute.
1800.
1800s. It's 2020. 1800s. A London prostitute used to put eyelashes that the women wear on their eyes.
You know them joints y'all wear
So
like
when
this?
a man comes from her face, it won't get on her eye. The eyelashes blocks it.
Hence
Google
the
if you don't
term
believe.
That's a cumbrella.
umbrella.
Cumbrella.
What's that? A face banner.
Now, my question is, why do women be so big on wearing these big old eyelashes? And knowing that it come from.
Is that why y'all
I
wear
never
them?
said, hey, I think your eyelashes need to be bigger.
Now every time I see women with lashes, I'm not gonna lie, that's what I be thinking.
I just now
Sorry.
figured out what that was. I didn't know until today what that was.
Girl, them little bitty eyelashes. Nobody ever said that.
I never knew them eyelashes looked like that.
Anybody got any comments or you want
I just never knew
to
they
rebuttal
were.
to this?
First of all, there's ways. I don't want to say that on camera.
So, what type of enhancement? I'm just asking.
Okay, see, I got something for it.
So someone comment on where the original term come from, comment on your face became a fashion.
I didn't know they was doing that in the 1800s.
Or was it a fashion or no?
Freaky
I
as
don't know.
hell back then.
That's
Damn.
No, it was
Your
not a
I didn't know they
fashion.
was on that back then.
That's it.
I don't think it was a fashion. It was prostitutes that wore lashes.
But,
Like, you know what I'm
but
saying?
it come from a woman.
But they don't
So
know that.
I want to hear from a
Wait,
woman.
I don't think
They don't know
They didn't know that.
Wait a minute.
I didn't come over.
You're so blind.
Y'all know what it means.
You go blind.
Everybody in here and watched Pornhub before. Y'all know what they do.
Pornhub, there's a bunch of grown folks in
But
here.
it became
They
a
know what
fashion.
time it is.
Yeah.
I watch it twice a day myself.
Hey, I'm just saying, I didn't come up with it. Somebody presented it to me. I thought it'd be interesting to talk
Hey,
about.
ACL.
What's the okay? I don't work anyway.
A lot of women have been cumbrellas without the eyelashes.
Right.
The thing is,
Probably
what's the
everybody-
issue?
If you a grown up, like who
What's the
cares?
issue?
I just thought it was just something.
What is the issue with? Because women enhance themselves, and sometimes y'all like it, and sometimes y'all don't. I feel like sometimes men and even women want to come down on women on how they want to enhance themselves, right? And so my thing is that if people want to wear these big butterfly eyelashes, if that makes them feel good about themselves, go ahead and do it. If you want to wear weave, go ahead and do it. If you want to wear hair wraps, go ahead and do it.
Well, get the silicone.
Hey, but if men want to go ahead and do them enhancements, we are frowned upon. We look crazy.
No, I'm not frowned upon. Somebody want to make their penis bigger, go ahead.
I ain't talking about the penis. I'm talking about, if you a bald brother, listen, they got some tricks out here for you.
I'm bald, but I can't do it, bro. I can't do it.
You know why? Because it's frowned upon.
They're going to look at you like, get that shit out your
You know what I'm saying?
I don't think it's functional.
That's why I said before you got here. I said the same thing.
You said that 45 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Some women don't realize with the eyelashes that they be having those back wings on their eyes once it's really long. Those are really meant for photography and for fashion. Because that's fashion. They're supposed to be able to enhance and over-exaggerate when you're on screen. So they're taking, watching Love and Basketball or Housewives of Atlanta and not realizing that those women are on screen. So they have to have things to enhance their beauty. And exactly, media. They have to have things to enhance their beauty so that it can show on the screen. But it's not
So it's not for this right now.
But on the flip side of that, if they're looking at it on screen, then they just want to look like that in actuality. So it's not, you know what I'm saying? So it's not really.
It's
I'm
true.
not hating on no woman when I didn't get paid to wear all of that, whether I do it naturally or not. So I'm not gonna sit here and be contradicting.
Well, I agree with that.
You know,
Cause it's like dudes sagging their pants.
back
Like
to
a lot of
my
dudes don't
original-
know what that means, and
Right,
you
and
see these
they
boys
still
walking around sagging. Yeah, you know what I mean? And they don't know what the
origin
original
of
term,
that.
what the origin of sagging your pants means. So it's
Walking
a
around
sad
in
shit.
jail and the nigga holding your pocket.
You've been a chump.
People don't know, like these boys walking around
That's
sagging
why I
their
stopped
pants,
doing this
cool,
shit when I found out.
But they don't know what sagging their pants means.
I used to do that same thing growing up till I found out what it meant.
Politically correct sag in a man's terminology. Politically correct, so y'all sure won't get cut down.
Oh, we ain't kicked off yet. We ain't kicked off.
A man tells another man to come get me.
Now,
Basically.
Oh, I thought if he already been got already. You know what I'm saying?
If a man shows his ass, then what? And then come get me.
That's what sagging
If
means.
a woman walking
Yeah,
past,
yeah,
what you doing?
But we talking about, you right. So to piggyback on what he's saying, so the question was, you know, I guess it's like, all right, once you know what the origin is of the umbrella, because once some guys, when I'm in the schools, so I told the young brothers, like, man, the origin of that, if a guy was in jail, his pants were sagging, that means another man had sex with him, or another man has claimed him already. So once you learn that, what do you do with that? He pulled his pants up. So when women, you know what I'm saying, will a woman change that? That's not gonna change. Like he said, a lot of women been came
Now.
anyway. So like, it's not gonna change the trajectory. You know what I'm saying? Like it ain't gonna change the.
When you with your woman or you with your man, y'all gonna do some of the wildest stuff ever. That only supposed to be between y'all. So ain't no woman in here ain't never gonna sit here and tell me they ain't did something as such as got their face.
You supposed to.
That's your woman.
I would look at you odd if you haven't done it.
Oh, is she gonna be single?
No, it's not. I'm not making an assumption.
You haven't done it. Like I would think something was wrong with you. You haven't done it.
Either voluntary or involuntary.
They still make
When
it.
the machine going off, you don't have control of it. It goes everywhere. I'm trying to be PG-13.
Let it out,
Ain't
Frank.
nobody gonna be like this before you know it. It's all
Yeah.
What's the Chicago?
You got a West spot on the floor.
It's everywhere.
Everywhere.
All you can say is my bad.
You got to go to the church. You met Sunday morning.
I ain't mean to hit you.
Let me go get some fire salt. Let me go get that.
It's crazy, man.
All right, hey, so look, hold on. I got one more question.
Before you ask me, hold on. Before you ask me,
Hey, boy, you just
so
killed me.
with this prostitute though, before we end it out, was she being creative or protecting herself? Okay.
She was being pretty. I don't get no problem with prostitution.
So pretty
Go
is
ahead
creative.
and make your money. Go ahead and take the men's money.
$40,
But how she
baby.
made the money though?
Don't matter.
8
Like,
fives.
if you want to
Vitamin D
wear
ain't good with
that,
vision.
go ahead. Do
That's
all
what she
that.
did.
So
Alright.
that's natural.
They might do it on Sis Rock. I don't know.
She just got
14.
paid to do it. There's women that doing it and they get paid.
220s.
$40. Take you a long way.
So look,
What,
I got a
50?
question for the ladies.
3,000?
Go ahead and wrap up the show.
$22
And
bills.
I had asked a question to a friend of mine, and it had a stuff for me. And it's about how they critique us. And I said, ladies, what's more attractive or enticing to a woman? A man in a suit or a man in uniform?
Ooh.
That's a good one.
I know men in suits ain't going out of style. Or uniform.
I like single.
Y'all better tread lightly with this because we got something to say.
No, it's subjective. It's subjective.
It's no wrong answer.
I like to do my own little study and polls, so this is probably the perfect
a little fun topic. That's cool.
Since you had so much to say, yeah, we want to go at first.
I like both. That's difficult, but you know, he might be an entrepreneur, so he may not wear suits. He might be one of those guys like I don't ever want to do that. I don't, you know, he just might rock J's all the time. So I don't mind, but I like both.
Suit and
You're so
uniform.
politically correct.
I'm serious.
awesome.
It's
I like both.
She is awesome with a capital A.
Men in uniforms does something a little bit more.
It do,
It do something.
especially police.
Police, so yes.
Here go the handcuffs. You know what?
You got Serena Williams over
I'm
there?
thinking about getting my pilot's license.
I like both.
Anybody else?
The frilly skies, huh?
Michelle Obama Jr. Come on.
Hey, Jeremy, I had a song
I
about
like
that.
a suit, honestly. That's my
A
preference.
three-piece suit.
I like a suit because I like to dress up. So I think that applies
With
to
the little
type of
handkerchief?
woman.
You know what I'm
You
saying?
got
And
a
the
woman
body
that like to wear gym shoes and ponytails. Then the man with a uniform she might like that because that equals he got a job and he can help her. You know what I'm saying? I have my own money. I like to dress professional. So I like a man I don't have to train how to dress. Because most times when men in uniform, they don't know how to flip it up. We do now more, but a lot of times they don't know how to flip it up.
Oh,
You just like the word train.
you don't say.
Show up in your
Man, what time got them warehouse closed?
With that being said, I got my Tupac costume from Poetic Justice. I got the mailbag and everything.
So silly.
No, that's it. And anybody else, any other ladies? This is a quick question. That
women
kind
don't
of
talk
follow
when they feel like they
conversation.
privilege themselves.
Say one more
Cause
time.
she been real quiet right there. Hey, look, put the camera on her, Corey.
Women don't talk when they
Yo, I'm doing it. Put it on her, Corey. She been real quiet. Right there, Corey. Yeah, right there. She been real
I like
quiet.
her hair. Her hair is long. I like her.
Her name is Mahalia, by the way.
She's so pretty. That color bring out your skin complexion. That's
All right,
nice.
so here we go. We got to go ahead and wrap up the show. But before we go ahead and wrap up the show with our closeouts, our shout outs, and everything, we got Corey's Goofy Mom of the week.
Goofy Mom.
Corey,
Who get the Goofy Mom this week, baby?
I know you're gonna get it too.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm giving it to these uneducated hip hop artists, rappers. These guys' lyrics catching up with them, and they going to jail.
Oh, Young Thug.
And Thug, them guys, man, you gotta think they making millions and millions of dollars, and you throwing it away because you trying
They
to.
should be able to rap about what they want to rap
In
about.
freedom of speech, I get it, but in a court of law, this is what they're gonna use.
Oh.
So, I mean, like, do we expect someone like Lupe Fiasco or yourself or a Pillar to go to jail for what y'all talking about? No.
Well, hope not.
My point is,
Freedom of speech, we should be
so,
able to
yeah,
rap about what we want to rap about.
My
bro.
point is, if you go out and this act end up happening, it ain't got to be so much you around it. They gonna tie you to it. This is a conspiracy thing that's going on in the industry, and we see it all the time. You having a name like C. Murray, like Master B said about his brother. Then somebody died. They using that in the court of law, man. We don't run the court of law. The people that look like us. Last I checked. So
Yeah,
I give,
they've been using lyrics against rappers for years.
Exactly,
Man,
but on
that's some bullshit.
the flip note of, I'm actually not going. I'm
Say
gonna
what the fuck
ungoofy
you
mark
want
the
to say,
rappers.
you doing it.
Hold on, I'm gonna ungoofy mark some of the rappers because we got a lot of lyricists coming back. You know what I'm saying? And when you listen to it, you don't hear it always on the radio. It's what they promote. When we going back to the media, or what they want to pump out here. So that's really my goofy mob, but not so much of a goofy mob though. That's smart enough. That's all I'm saying.
Is Maggie still a Goofy Mob?
Kyrie Nees, yes, he's a goofy mob.
Kyrie Goofy Mob.
Kyrie's a goofy mob.
Kyrie.
Nees, I've been calling that for years.
Oh, I forgot he loved him.
Man, Nees.
Kyrie definitely.
He's an employee.
Number one Goofy Mob.
Why is he goofy?
His
Man,
boy
Nees.
Durant right behind.
Hey, Kyrie is definitely a
Goofy mob.
Why he a goofy? I'm lost.
Knees. I'm gonna tell you that thing. He always goes too much.
Have your own mind and going your own way.
When you
Following the trend that everybody
Man, they
knows.
paying you millions of dollars. Everybody trying to
Faith,
hit it.
when you
Get your
employed
ass
by
back
somebody, they got rules. You can't go do what the hell you want to do.
But he did though.
I don't care about
And
it.
it's
Ain't about your
consequences
mind.
to
It's
it.
consequences to it,
That's what I'm
dog.
saying.
I had to
Y'all
learn
talking about him turning down the shot.
He's a goofy.
And they say
Y'all talking about him
freedom
not
of
getting the
speech.
shot
There's so
and
much
then-
freedom of speech, man.
You can't make somebody do something they don't want to do.
No.
That's good. But when
That
they
was
when
gangster,
they
my
signed
opinion.
$1 million a year.
Man, that was gangster what he did in my opinion. I ain't gonna
I
care.
ain't mad at him, but again, you work for them people. That's what they have to look at. I ain't mad at him, but
one thing
dude,
about it,
come
the
on,
reason
man.
why he a goofy mob to me is because it ain't even got nothing to do with the vaccine issue. He created this same person in every place he's been.
Every team.
Every time he's
He
an
ain't
issue.
won since he left with
Regardless.
Grumman. Like,
It don't matter what
he's
it
not
is.
that dude
We're
like
gonna
that,
get this
man.
up later on in the week with the sports topics, but we
Yeah.
gotta go ahead and wrap up this show.
Wrap it
I know
Wrap it
Face
up.
gonna have that on his show. I guarantee you. I already
Hey, you
know.
talk about them
I'm
badass
gonna be
knees
your
he got.
He gonna have that on his show.
All right, so hey, can I go first on thing?
Go ahead.
out.
Go ahead.
Hey, first of all, want to shout out the audience. You guys have been great.
Y'all killed it.
I
Every
think
show,
I
y'all
see
killed it.
everybody on the panel when I say we appreciate the love. I want to give a shout out to my man right here. He got his own podcast right here. Give us a shout out. You on
Alright,
the panel right
yeah,
now.
it's your boy Outlaw, one half of the dynamic duo Facts and Law. Check us out at the Facts and Law Pod Show on Instagram. You can check our show out on obviously on YouTube. Facts and Law Podcast. Check us out.
Nice.
All right,
Nice.
he's coming through. He's showing support for us as well.
We gotta show the same
Hey.
love.
You got a show?
Hold on, K-Pilla. K-Pilla.
I got a book.
Oh, you got a book coming out?
I have a book.
Go ahead.
A self-published book about 100 ways to give back.
100 ways to get back. Awesome.
100 ways to make a difference right where you are with what you have.
Nice.
And 100 ways to make a difference on Instagram.
All right.
Awesome.
Yes,
Nice.
you got you. And I also want to give a shout out to Shatima. Hey, Me Too Marketplace.
Boss lady.
Yeah.
MVP.
I think she be making a killer because when y'all come up in here, y'all, she be selling those CBD pins. She be selling the clock purses from Bluetooth's house.
Stop us getting incriminated. Stop that.
She got the extra motion lotion for when you want to get down with your dude with the shit tonight. You know what I'm saying? She get all that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
It's all down, baby.
And one more thing. Gotta give a shout out to K-Pilla for coming through, man.
Appreciate that.
We gonna support you, man.
That boy
Get the music lined up.
Yes, sir.
That's the
You
golden
own it.
touch right
You
there.
know what I'm saying? I'm gonna shout out to you guys, man, and pass it on.
Man, just again, man, shout out to my brothers. Let's talk about it, Shy. We just uplift each other. We grow. I always say this: we really make each other better. And every show we have, whether it's from the audience and listening to the different perspective, it really, I know, just for me, it just elevates me mentally, spiritually, emotionally, and just help me to be a better father, friend, just more driven in the things that I do and pursue in life. So, I just want to shout out to the brothers, shout out to the audience, and just shout out to all the entrepreneurs. My man Face in the building, 30-year plus homie, man, just doing great things. And K-Pilla, just man, the golden touch. I hope you come out with a mixtape, golden touch. Go beyond there. Let me just,
Yes,
say,
sir.
golden touch. That's all I got for you. Just shout out to everybody, D Marketplace, Boss Lady Shatima. Thank you for another amazing experience.
All right, shout out to Shatima, of course. It's an honor for you to let us do this. You're the real MVP. Shout out to my man K-Pilla, fellow hospital. Hopefully one day we can work together, man, do some things. Shout out to Face. His podcast is one of the best that I be seeing. I tune in every day. He rarely answers my questions, but I be on there. You know what I'm saying? And I want to give a shout out to the ladies. Once again, y'all came through, showed out. Y'all, debated with us real good. Y'all always kill it every week. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to the brothers, man. And shout out to Kendrick Lamar, man. His album dropped last night, and I think it's a classic. It's amazing. I've been listening to it since yesterday. Dope ass album. And that's that. You ain't like it? I love it, bro.
I'm not a Kendrick guy. You know what I'm saying? Hey, that's a
He ain't dropping in a minute, though. So.
I'm sorry. I want to say shout out so everybody. I got my stage name is K-Pilla, so it's K-P-I-L-L-A. I'm streaming on all platforms. I'm also, if you guys are in school and attached to any administrators, so I created a nationwide program called Teaching Life Through Music. There's a lot of schools that lack after-school programs. So I created, it's a social emotional learning program that I do. So even outside of performing, I don't care how big I get, during the after-school programs across the country, I want to go in there, and what we do in this program is we dissect songs. So I'm in tune with CPS. I just passed my background background test. So I'm in CPS right now. Just closed another contract, and like, man, I didn't realize there's so many kids. I mean, so many schools that don't have after-school program. When we all grew up, we had something to go to. So I created a curriculum, and at some point, I'm hoping to detach myself from it and get it licensed where teachers can actually implement it. But it's just something that the music is so powerful, and I know the kids, and it's more dumbed down now. And the stuff that they're saying, they just don't even know what a Percocet is. And I'm trying to teach them, like, look, a Percocet is for physical pain, not emotional pain. So that's called Teaching Life Through Music. You can stream my music, K-Pilla. That means keeping people interested, long-lasting asset. And thank y'all for being here. And y'all poised as fuck. I like y'all energy, and thanks for having me, though.
It's gonna be long. I hope y'all got a sneaker.
I don't. I'm gonna keep it short and sweet. That's about 5 minutes. Now, shout out to everybody, of course, my panelists, all my guys, Far, Lack, Young, our special guest K-Pilla, of course, he got the hit single "Break My Heart" video shot by Passport Trace. Tisha, you owe me a drink now. For team, I don't know why I was calling it team. But if you ain't never came to Me Marketplace, come check it out. Shout out to my man Meeks, CE2. We gonna bring him on the podcast soon. I actually hope we can pull up to his store down on Chicago Avenue in the west. It's like the Westview area, Ukraine area. I'm sorry. Shout out to my man Faxalo. Fax ain't even here, but I'm gonna be on the show June 8th. Can't wait. Because this West Side Story course will be told. And shout out to my little cousin Kendall. She actually created this design for my shirt, and it's out West CL. And I get on, I want to put on the paperwork so she can get paid for it. So it's like passing on the generational. Some, if it pop off, she has some wealth on it.
Win.
Not if.
Right.
Right.
Like not if we'll win. So this is my cousin Marquise's daughter. I just wanted. She's an artist. And we don't see a lot of kids that's into art, that's really just get a chance to express it. So the goal is actually get a bunch of her where she can just pass them out at her school, say, hey, I did this for my cousin, and she just go from there, just build up her confidence, So like what he's doing with the kids, hopefully he may run across us and be able to help us, in the future. So.
Absolutely. And so I want to also put out there, we also streaming on all forms of social media, YouTube, Spotify, iHeartRadio. That's what we got the 2 laptops up there, going with everything. Give us a thought about the next show. I think it's going to the best show.
What's that?
It's a sex show.
That is behind.
First Kevin saying that is
But you got to
he's drunk. Hey,
I agree with him. I think you should have that.
Hold on, because let's be honest. Ladies, y'all
A
know
lot of
something.
chairs.
Hold on, ladies.
Whole bunch of
y'all
chairs.
came across some dudes that y'all be like, y'all fake the funk. Y'all like, this nigga can't fuck. I'm just saying.
She said yeah.
And then,
Yes, she did. I saw you. She was like this when he said that. She was like, Kiana, Cooper. She was like this.
and on the flip side, there's some of y'all that need a little workouts, like y'all oversell. What y'all do down there?
No, that's not what it was.
I'm just gonna say it though.
Yeah, let's go.
And then we also touch
got me sweating on that one.
We gonna touch on the polyamorous shit. We gonna touch on the squad
No, we
shit.
not gonna talk
Everything.
about that. No, we not.
It's the sex show.
No, we not. We don't have those. No, we not.
And speaking of sex, Kevin Samuels went out like the GOAT. I'm going to say that.
With that being
I'd
said,
rather
you
go
know he
out
was
like
having
that
sex,
than to
man.
get shot. Just
with
saying.
that being
He
said,
went out like this.
Hey, with that being said,
Red Bull
Instead of
we
this.
gonna catch the gas on another time, man.
Lord
Peace.
have mercy.
He went out like the GOAT, man.
Hey,
I'm just saying, would you rather get